With Katie Wyndham and Joey Blackwell, I am Mason Smith, and this is Three and Out. Guys, we got a chance to watch Alabama basketball open their season against Longwood, but one storyline that was off the court was the concession stand prices. Of course, it's about $15 for a regular meal now, and thankfully we have meal vouchers, but I understand that's not the case for everybody. So, Katie, starting with you, what are your thoughts about how the prices are just kind of rising to astronomical levels?
Yeah, so I guess for most Alabama fans, if they go to football games, they've been seeing these all year, but we're in the press box at football, and so we don't really have access to the concourses or don't walk around a lot. And obviously, once basketball season rolls around, we can kind of have a little more free range in Coleman Coliseum. So last night, I just kind of took a stroll through the Coliseum and looked at all the concession prices, and my jaw just about hit the floor at some of the things I saw. I tweeted out the picture. Obviously, the vendors right closest to press row where a burger is almost $15, a giant pretzel's $14, a souvenir soda is $10 now. And so I don't know what the pricing strategy is for Alabama. I know Greg Byrne has talked about how inflation has hit them with, the process of trying to build the new arena, but I don't think inflation has hit them so much that a soda costs $10 now. But I think, with all the type of events that Coleman Coliseum hosts, with women's basketball and gymnastics too, that it's really kind of pricing out the average fan or young kid, because it's not like there's kids meals in a concession stand like there are at a restaurant. And if you're trying to bring your family to a game, things are going to pretty quickly add up. And so I'd be curious to hear from some fans what their thoughts are too, on these concession prices that they see at Bryant Denny or Coleman or Rhodes Stadium or the Joe when baseball starts. But Joey, what about you? What do you think about the concession prices, or do you think they're getting a little out of control?
Well, I would disagree with you on one thing, Katie, and that's they do have kids meals, but they're the portions for the they're $15 for kids meal portions. So I think they're giving kids meal sizes to adults for fifteen
Oh, I
dollars.
get what you're saying. I get
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Two chicken tenders and a half basket of fries is hardly enough for a grown adult, if you ask me. But I mean, I do like to eat a lot of food. But yeah, I think that Alabama athletics has used inflation as an excuse for at least several years now. And at first it was believable, but once it starts to outpace inflation and starts to skyrocket in price. I was at a Nashville Predators game, which NHL is known to have pretty expensive concessions, and I was able to eat an entire like full size meal for about $14. And I'm talking about like a basket of fries as big as my head. I had a really like a Kraft hamburger, like not just like, a patty with cheese, like a good hamburger, for about $14. Beers were around 14, but they were really, really large cans, not just a little 12-ounce can or 8-ounce can. So I think, and people always, point to like the Atlanta Falcons and their reasonable concession prices as well. And so if you're wanting to create a family atmosphere, it's not just about making it, everything kid friendly. It's also about pricing things to where families want to come, where families can come and have a good time. And you can profit off of it, but at least make it affordable for the average everyday family. Everybody is struggling right now. It doesn't matter how much money you have or how little money you have. With the economy, with just everything that's going on right now, it's times are tough, and continuing to raise prices, just to make an extra dollar here and there is not going to make people want to come to Coleman or Bryant Denny or anywhere on campus. So overall, I think we'll probably, hopefully in the next few years start to see the prices go down, just because you're probably going to see less and less people buy concessions. But, at the same time, we'll just have to wait and see. It's definitely something to note though for the future.
Absolutely, and of course the rubber's gonna meet the road eventually, Joey, like you said. So we'll see what Alabama and other overpriced entities want to do. But again, this has been Three and Out. Thank you so much for watching.